Right. Let's turn our attention now to Pakistan. Obviously, we could spend a great deal more time with Afghanistan, but we're running out of lectures. Pakistan is an interesting place. It was once part and parcel with India. It was a colony of Great Britain. After World War II, and independence for the Indian subcontinent in the late 1940s, Pakistan, where most of the Indian subcontinent's Muslims lived, formed the country of Pakistan. India and Pakistan have gone to war many times since World War II. They're bitter enemies. What we're going to see now is a brief history of the country from independence up through the current president, Asif Ali Zardari. Let's go to the tape.
Pakistan's army has been intrinsically linked with the country's politics for more than half a century. In 1958, the army was granted power by the president and controlled Pakistan for the next 13 years. In the early 70s, Pakistan was embroiled in a civil war and a conflict with India. They resulted in independence for Bangladesh, and the army was forced out of its political role. Zulfikar Bhutto was elected as president of Pakistan and brought in a new constitution. Bhutto was deposed in 1977 after riots followed his re-election. Army Chief of Staff General Muhammad Zia-ul-Haq took over and declared martial law. General Zia was killed in a plane crash in 1988. Civilian leadership was restored after his death, when Benazir Bhutto was elected Prime Minister. Democratic rule continued until a bloodless coup in 1999. In 2001, General Pervez Musharraf became President of Pakistan. He relinquished his army position in 2007, but was forced to resign the following year. The current leadership is in the hands of democratically elected Asif Ali Zardari.
Right. What we're going to deal with now is a story of the rival of President Pervez Musharraf, Ms. Benazir Bhutto. Daughter of President and Prime Minister Bhutto in the 1970s, Benazir went into exile because of tax and corruption problems, mainly because of her husband, the current president, Asif Ali Zardari, in the 1990s, and only returned to Pakistan in late 2007. What we're going to see now is the story of her return, her presidential campaign against Pervez Musharraf in the fall of 2007, and ultimately her assassination in December of that year. Let's go to the tape.
These are live pictures that we're now giving our viewers of Benazir Bhutto's return to Pakistan after 8 years. There she is, dressed in green, I think sending out the message of Pakistan's color there, green, and of course her headgear, which is what we usually see her in. She's stepping out of that aircraft, she's coming down the stairs there, and she's now inside the airport of Karachi, and at Terminal 1, I presume, is where she is. She's got that smile on her face. Look at the confidence. She's waving her arms and to the crowd, no doubt. And of course, Khurram is talking about the large presence of numbers of people outside the Karachi airport waiting to receive her. And look at that media attention she's getting as well. Tons of people, including someone waving a gift in front of Benazir's face. She's yet to see it, but certainly a supporter there, no doubt, waiting to attract Benazir's attention there. And for the first time, I'm seeing her there. Thank the Lord as well, as she returns to her home, to her country, to her people in Sindh, her stronghold, her family's stronghold, a Prime Minister of Pakistan twice in the world, and for the first time you see the expressions on her face, emotions overtaking the moment, and Benazir Bhutto allows for tears to actually well up in her eyes there. It's pretty clear it's a huge and emotional moment for Benazir Bhutto as she returns to Pakistan 8 years after she left the country because she was facing charges of corruption then. Those charges still stand in one way or the other despite an ordinance released by the President of Pakistan at the moment, General Musharraf, which is being questioned by the Supreme Court. But nevertheless, here she is back, the smile on her face once again, waving to the crowd of supporters there at Karachi International Airport. And she's finally looking at this man, I think, who's holding that gift up for her and gives him a smile too. These pictures are speaking for themselves, no doubt, and it's interesting to see that Benazir, upon arrival, did wave to her crowd first and then thank the Lord as well as she steps out of that aircraft, finally back in Karachi, 8 years after her self-imposed exile. The cameras are certainly going wild, a huge media presence as well. She's being accompanied by some top officials of her party. There's importantly Maktoum Amin Fahim, the vice chairman of the Pakistan People's Party.
During her brief campaign for Prime Minister, she had become an outspoken critic of Musharraf's failures in dealing with extremists. The world would soon know what happened next as she waved one last time to this crowd in Pindi. Bhutto and 20 other people were killed that day. Her death is still being investigated, but Musharraf blamed the Taliban and Maulana Fadl. In the aftermath, rioting ensued, and for a moment, Pakistan edged towards chaos.
Very much. Let's go to NBC's Andrea Mitchell with more on the impact and what we're hearing from the White House and others concerning this. Andrea, we've already heard from the president. Can you tell us more of what he had to say?
Well, the president is obviously expressing America's distress, concern, outrage at this assassination, and confidence that Pakistan can continue and can maintain its democratic principles. That will be a real challenge. There will be an impulse to return to martial order, to martial law, although the Pakistani ambassador to the United States told us within the last hour that he believes at least that President Musharraf will be announcing that they will try to continue to hold the elections, not delay the January elections, not cancel the January elections, and will continue with the democratic principles that they have been pressured by the United States to maintain. This after a period of martial law, after the firing of the Supreme Court, after so much concern that President Musharraf was taking on dictatorial rights to himself, and he was finally pressured to take off his military uniform to become a civilian leader again and to permit this election to go forward in January. You've also talked to Arlen Specter, who, with Congressman Patrick Kennedy, had met with Musharraf last night, was planning to go to a state dinner with him tonight, and then meet with Benazir Bhutto about an hour ago after their official dinner in Pakistan, in Islamabad, Pakistan. So they were scheduled to have a meeting with her just about the time that she was assassinated.
And what are we hearing, Andrea, from Pervez Musharraf? I know I have a few of his earlier comments, at least the one where he believes that terrorists, or stating that he believes terrorists are responsible for this. Any more from Pervez Musharraf?
Well, clearly the government is blaming terrorists. They'll blame al-Qaeda. But Bhutto herself was long suspicious that the security forces within the Musharraf government were not doing enough to protect her. And there will be suspicions. I talked to Senator Specter about this.